Hello everybody, welcome back for another video of The Modern Investor. I hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great day. This video is pretty much about, are there too many cryptocurrencies? If you've been into cryptocurrencies as long as I have, which was around 2012, which was kind of like the moment when everyone kind of like flicked on their TV and there was all this stuff about them all over the place, I think it had to be maybe like just I want to say 4 or 5. I'm sure that's incorrect. But we all remember like it was just Bitcoin. There was nothing else. There was no other coin. I remember there was an article that was published as well when Bitcoin hit 1,200. And it was reporting on the price of Litecoin. It was talking about, I think, how Litecoin had hit $40 or something like that. And that was like a huge thing as well because the gains that people had gotten from Litecoin within that same amount of time were actually higher than they were with Bitcoin because of the percentage. I forgot exactly what it was in the article. As time went on, this is when Ethereum first started coming out. And I remember I was like, oh, who needs a coin like that? That's going absolutely nowhere. And then after like, I think the first 2 weeks, I kept on seeing articles about it. And I was like, okay, let me not miss out on this one since I missed out on the beginning of Bitcoin. Started reading about that. And that's when Ripple came out. And then, you know, we have Dash, we have Zcash, we have the billions of other coins that are out right now. I ask, are there too many cryptocurrencies? Because at the current moment, I use coinmarketcap.com, and that is, I'm not affiliated with them, so sorry if I say them too often in my videos, but this is like the quickest form of reference that I can give you guys when I check prices or coins or happenings or percentage per day, etc., etc. Currently, they list 916 cryptocurrencies. That is a lot. I don't think we even have that many currencies in the world. Like, I'm not even jokingly, I don't think we actually have that many. I think we have, I want to say maybe 200 or 300 or something like that, because usually large land masses, even though they may be broken apart, they still run on the same currency, give or take. It's clear that a lot of these are scams, especially when I actually scrolled all the way down and I opened up every single one of them. This is how I saw that there were 916. When you scroll down to the bottom, some of them have such low volume during the day that they're like, there's actually a question mark next to how much they're worth and how much is like actually going on with the coin, which is actually really, I guess it's kind of sad if you like have like business prospects and you want the coin to go somewhere, but to see it starting out is actually really funny. Some of these even have, I was actually shocked. I rolled by one. It was in the mid 400s. It had like, the percentage that it had gone up during the day was like 20,000%. And it's kind of like, you have to realize a lot of these are, as they say, pump and dump coins. These coins are there just to make money. It's like a lot of the, there are a lot of coins. Once you pass the top, I want to say 20 coins on CoinMarketCap, I don't want to say nearly everything, but a lot of the coins below that, you can kind of tell these things have like 17% up one day and like 25 down one day and then 15 up one day. It's clear that only a couple people are influencing these prices. There are a lot of people who do day trading. I don't know if anybody's into day trading with coins and stuff like that, but I know people who do, and it is very profitable. I know somebody who was actually using Ripple for a while, and he now uses Dogecoin, as many people call it, and a couple other coins. Like when you see these fluctuations every single day, it's clearly obvious that within a 2 or 3 day period, you know, the price will drop by 15% and then someone's going to pump it right back up. So you've made back your money. And especially, I think it's on Kraken as well, where you can do daily, if you're doing day trading and stuff like that, you can go, okay, you know, sell this coin once it hits 5% above, you know, this price or whatever it currently is. And if you just constantly do sell at, you know, 10% up or 20% down, back and forth, I know people have made thousands in a day, like with almost nothing. They started out with like $200 and then it's gone, like it's just exponential going the growth, because these coins are just made for, you know, making money very, very, very rapidly. There are tons of coins, as we know, that actually do have real world applications, whether it be storage of value, making their own internet, making their own social media platforms and things like that. There are coins that are, you know, useful, but when it gets to the point where we have like 45 different Litecoins and, you know, there's a whole bunch of other like Bitcoins and stuff like that, especially as you read through the names, it's kind of, you know, you wonder, is this damaging to the cause? And I mean the cause, you know, as this is, a lot of people believe that Bitcoin is something that's highly revolutionary, that it'll change the world as we know it. And actually it already has, kind of, in a way. The fact that these things are going on, and we have all these projects, especially with Ethereum, about them trying to, and also Steam and a whole bunch of other ones, they're trying to, they have like certain crowdfunding things, or they have like ICOs and stuff like that. And a portion of these things actually go to building schools and building wells in Africa. There was a thing a couple months ago. Someone was trying to look for funding from, I think it was through Ether. And he ended up coming up with this thing that people can stick directly into wells or into like bottles of water. And, you know, it was kind of like a suction thing. I've seen two things. One was like a suction thing where you kind of, you know, put it inside the water bottle and you pull out, and it like extracts all the dirt. And there was another one that someone made a straw that you kind of like put it into the thing and you drink the water, and it kind of filters out all the things that are in, like, the bad things that are inside the water. But it's like, so a lot of these things are pretty cool, but then it gets to the point where we end up getting bad press in the news because they don't know the difference between what is what. And then, you know, they're kind of being told, it's the same like with Mt. Gox, you know, they hear one bad thing and then it kind of tumbles out of control. And this is exactly the problem with so many people doing price predictions. I try my hardest not to do price predictions. A lot of times when I say prices, it's what the calculations that I have done, what I currently believe that the coin should be valued at, not necessarily, you know, this is going to be 1,000 at this day. This is so and so and so. When you scroll through YouTube and stuff like that, there are so many people talk. I remember I saw a video of some guy talking about that Bitcoin was going to be worth $1 million a coin, and there was someone saying that by mid 2018, Ethereum should be about 10,000 a coin, and I'm like, that would be absolutely wonderful, but there's no basis for it. They actually give no basis for it in their videos, and it is kind of, you know, I think a lot of this has to do with hype. A lot of people are getting into these coins without understanding what they are, what they can actually do, especially when you watch news things and people compare Bitcoin and Ethereum and they say, you know, are they rivals? Are they at war? When they do completely different things. You cannot compare Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin has literally, we know how slow the network is. We know exactly what is wrong with it. We know about the miner issue. We know about 51% attacks. We know about what's going to happen if the blockchain splits in two in August. And it has pretty much become a store of value for like really wealthy people. This is exactly what it's becoming. Ripple is a payment system for banks. Ethereum is literally its own universe, if you will. Like, the transaction speeds are much quicker. The things that you can do, like, you cannot compare these things. It's the same exact thing with Steam. Like, Steam is at the moment, I want to compare it to like a Reddit type platform. Like, these things are all completely different, so you can't do that. But when they get spoken about by people who aren't in the community, who are just joining the community, or who have heard it hyped up from someone else, these things create bubbles. This is why we have so many coins, you know, going up rapidly. And then if you check CoinMarketCap, you see things falling by 14% a day, like continuously, not even like going back up. Like, there's certain coins that have just completely dropped. No one's talking about them. I remember when I first got into it, one of the first coins that I heard about was, oh gosh, what was it? There was Gold Coin. I don't know if anyone remembers that. And there was also, I think, Earth Coin and World Coin. And I remember reading on Instagram and a couple other places, there were people who were like making these new accounts and stuff like that, talking about these coins. I don't know where this guy is. I wish him the best. I hope he did something with what he had. But he was heavily invested into WorldCoin, and his argument was, we should invest in WorldCoin because it's called WorldCoin. This is, you know, it's clear that this will be the number one spot because of so-and-so. And you would see the price fluctuations whenever this one guy would post, and it was like, it was going up by like, you know, cents a day and stuff like that. And I think he mentioned at one point that he had about 1 million of them. I don't know exactly how many he had after that, but I think if I can remember correctly, I think WorldCoin was around $1.10 or something like that. But then it eventually fell to around 1 cent, and then his post completely stopped. So I hope at some point he sold, because I would have been devastated if I had 1 million of something and then they were worth $1 each, and then they went back to a couple pennies. I would have been really, really upset. So this is pretty much what's happening right now. The price predictions, you know, it's great to be optimistic about stuff like that, but bigger, especially bigger YouTube channels, you have to understand when you are putting out these price predictions, and other like news outlets will see this, and other people who create blogs will see this, and they're like, you know, I heard Bitcoin is worth $1 million because of X, Y, and Z. And then they post that, and then someone else posted, and it ends up on Reddit, and then it ends up somewhere else. And then someone with money catches wind of this, and they're like, you know, I'm going to put 100,000 into this. I heard about someone else recently. He was receiving information from a friend, and this guy was like, you know, I have 200,000 sitting in the bank. Like, what should I do? And he hyped this guy up, and he's like, you should really get into so-and-so, blah, 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 blah. And this guy got into all these coins, and they were all hype coins. You know, they went up by a huge amount one day. They went up, 20, 30, 40%. The guy's like, oh my gosh, I'm making so much money. And, the term goes set it and forget it. And the guy did. And then he ended up losing nearly all of his money because these things slammed down to the ground. So, bubbles are bound to happen. That's just how things are. I do not think that we are currently in a bubble. I think that things are happening in the crypto sphere that are very important. These ICOs and all these other things that are happening, I think that these things are very, very important. I don't think it is a bubble. I think it is, I want to say, good hype, if that kind of makes any sense. It's more like there's so many people constantly getting into the sphere every single day that these prices were bound to happen. You have millions of people joining Coinbase. You have these networks, these exchanges in India and stuff like that are getting 50,000 people a day. Like, just think about that. If that's just in India, and if that's just in this one exchange, imagine how many other things are happening when people see these things. They're putting their money into these things, and it's bound to happen. If you say that Bitcoin is worth 10, 20, 30,000 a coin, what makes it that valuable? It's the 21 million that there will ever be, and it's people hoarding these things, and there being less of them on exchanges and stuff like that. This will push up the price, and this is what's happening to all the other coins. It's the same with Ethereum. There are tons of millionaires and stuff like that who are now mining these things and are buying Ether and stuff like that. They're not going to let Ether go. They're going to hold on to it until it actually hits 3,000 a coin or what have you. But yeah, there are a lot of coins out there, so make sure you choose wisely. As I always say, make sure to do your own research. I try to help you guys. I make these videos so you guys have not a better understanding, but you kind of understand what's going on, because it's so rapid. Things are happening so quickly in this world. Just to kind of give you guys a heads up of what's going on. Make sure you hopefully invest correctly, that you do your own research, and that you get into the coins that are most profitable for you. All right. As always, guys, I hope you have a great day. I hope you guys are enjoying wherever you are. I hope you guys are enjoying the sun, because it is summertime. So hope it's great for you. I will talk to you guys soon. And yeah, enjoy your day. See you.